What's up, y'all? It's the KayFabeyBaby NRW Ring Generals Podcast. I'm KP. Trying to get that energy up because I'm with my homies. Of course, Sean Mongold, who gives you those orgasms, but I like to call them orgasms. Shout out to the homie over there. And of course, my man Sans bow tie, but with a regular tie, Mr. Webster style.
Yo.
Gentlemen, another week. Another wrestling round of things to talk about. We have the results, right? We have didn't we have events over this past weekend?
Oh yeah, we had WrestleDream, baby. We can talk about
that. Let's actually, because that actually leads my first question as we get into these things. Let's talk some of those results. But my biggest question, the biggest results out of it was Moxley defeating Bryan Danielson. And my question is, we all know that, as wrestling observers, fans, this was going to be some quote unquote, by all intents and purposes, his final year. So do we think this is the final match of the year? Do we feel he should leave out like this? How do y'all feel about that? I think, yeah, man, go enjoy family, bro. You don't need to prove nothing. Yeah. He'll come back to make an appearance, say hi, hello, which is cool. But I don't think you need to wrestle no more, brother. Go enjoy yourself. I mean, let your body rest.
And he's not wrestling, right? He's just not full-time wrestling. He's not wrestling week in, week out. You know what I mean? Like
so you think he's still gonna wrestle?
Yeah. I think he's gonna have kind of like a legacy contract essentially type thing where they wheel him out for big events. Have him cut some good promos, some good babyface promos, maybe, because I feel the direction that AEW is going is very dark, very attitude era. There's a lot of fucking heels. I don't know if you noticed this, but every champion right now is a heel.
Yep.
Every single one, I believe. You got Mariah May, you got Mercedes, you got Takeshita, you got Okada, you got the Young Bucks, and you got Moxley. So every single one of them are heels. So I think they're ramping up, obviously, for a big babyface thing. And I think a lot of the younger AEW people, or the people who are like Team AEW because they're doing that bullshit again, I think they're going to have a very long fight. And I think at some pay-per-view, Bryan's going to come back and really help them, like, push them to overcoming the heels, right? If he wins another title, I don't think that's going to be the case. I think he's just going to be like the leader. Maybe he'll have a couple matches, or like tag matches especially, to kind of alleviate some of the bumps that he has to take, right? Because of his neck. But yeah, I listening to some of his things. He was talking about like losing feeling in his legs when he was like fighting Okada and Dynamite like last month, like. And he pretty much said, like, he kind of wanted Moxley to be the one to kind of put it into his, his full-time career, and this harkens to Dynamite, which I know you guys didn't catch, but they are doing really well with this faction, in my opinion.
I agree.
Like they have, we always talk about like when people establish new factions, there's a nuance to it. Like you have to make them look strong. I.e., what they kind of didn't do with House of Black. They did in the beginning, and then it just kind of like just fucking nosedive sank, right? And they are doing really well with this faction, just being this dominating force, like staring down the Young Bucks kind of running away. The baby faces are looking to the Young Bucks, being like, "Yo, you're EVPs. What are you doing?" Like, these people are pretty much invading because they're essentially saying that they're not AEW, they're not a part of this, but they're going to remake AEW because AEW has changed and is weak and blah, 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 blah. So it's like, it's a really fun dynamic. And they're like I said, they're just wrecking shit. They're coming in a pickup truck. They're just coming through, wrecking people backstage, wrecking people in the stage, carrying the belt in a suit, like a briefcase. You can't even see it anymore. It's not represented. Like, it's very
like that. I haven't been able to tune in as much as I want, but we all know the problems that AEW has right now. Yeah. So it kind of works in the favor to make them repolish, rebrand, clean up their act, if you will.
Yeah. So it's like,
burn it to the ground.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, this has been so far very well done. So I think on top of all of that and giving Moxley the win over Ryan and also having the Yuta turn involved with that, I think kind of skyrockets Yuta a little bit. You know what I mean? So it's like it kind of helped all parties involved. And obviously Brian is the big baby face, the pretty much the face of the company at this point. You know what I mean? Like he's the backstage locker room, he's the disciplinary person backstage and all this, that, and other. So to have Moxley kind of beat his ass, choke him out with a bag again, like I said, you didn't see Dynamite, but like they choked out Alex Reynolds, like Dark Order. They brought Dark Order back out as Team AEW to help save the team. What do they call Team Light Skin? The top flight. Top flight. There it is.
That's right.
And like literally, like I can't remember who it was. One of them took one of their belts off and started choking Alex Reynolds, like hanging him from the turnbuckle, and then they like slam steel stair against them. And Okada and the Bucks are just like watching, like not doing anything, not helping, just kind of like, well, we don't know what to do. So it's pretty interesting, So I will give them their main storyline that they are focusing on works. Everything else, I don't know. Like the heel side of the story works. The face side, they're developing it. They're trying to get Danny Garcia. They just re-signed him, so obviously there's a big push coming somewhere. But everywhere else, it kind of it's falling apart a little bit. Like Adam Cole came out and kind of talked shit about MJF, but like really didn't talk about why he was the devil and why he screwed over MJF in the first place. He just kind of said that MJF was pretty much a piece of shit and he should never be trusted. But it was just like, you were the one that betrayed him and turned heel, and that in turn turned him back heel. And like, so there's a little bit of a plot hole you're missing there. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it's just like, I would have very much rather him been like, that was a dark time. Like Roddy and them like talked me, like just convinced me that you were going to turn on me and I didn't know what to do. And like, I had to look out for myself. Like they could have went that route and they didn't. And it was just like very much like Adam Cole, baby, like back to Adam Cole, baby, back to Boom, back to MJF. You had your Turkish hair plant, and you tan too much and this, that, and the other. And it's just like, all right, we've heard that. Like everyone's now saying it. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, so everything else is just kind of like for me. But yeah, I mean, we can talk about WrestleDream. Obviously, that's the biggest thing I think that came out of it, outside of Takeshita winning, which I think that we pretty much called that down to the T. Like with Kyle Fletcher turning. You know what? I'll give it to him. That storyline's pretty good too. The Don Cal, like it dragged on for fucking ever. The Don Callis family and Will Ospreay thing. I thought that was never going to come to a head, and finally it did. But yeah, Kyle Fletcher doing the big turn. I just assumed that they're going to have to catch the pin Ricochet, but they didn't. It was Kyle Fletcher full heel turn, betraying Will and getting Takeshita to pin Will. So now Ricochet kind of has that out of, I still haven't lost.
Right.
Yeah.
Technically. So it kind of gives him a little bit of that, edge. But yeah, man, Takeshita with that belt, it's nice to see. It's nice to see that finally. You know what I mean? But and like I said, Don Callis and them is great. The only thing that sucks about their faction, in my opinion, is Don Callis walked out on Dynamite, flanked by fucking Brian Cage, Swolverine, which I don't know, man. I don't know what it is about the guy. But anyway,
and then vacuum.
bro.
Yeah.
And on the other side, we were
Riz.
Me and Maki were like, who the fuck is this guy? And like, this guy looks kind of like a thicker Karrion Kross. Like, what the fuck? No, this looks like old like Baron Corbin. Like, who the fuck? And it was Lance Archer. And he took his braids out.
Yeah.
He took all of his braids out. Now he has like this thinning hair that comes down, and it is just like this cheap, like Hot Topic looking vest. It didn't look like it was from Hot Topic. It looked like it was from Wish. And it just did not click with like everyone else.
Timu.
There it is, Timu. And like Takeshita looked good. Fucking Kyle Fletcher came out there looking like a fucking like 90s Backstreet Boy, bleach blonde hair, this denim jacket, open shirt. And I was just like, bro, like these two look great. I don't know about the mother two. Brian Cage always just has a shirt off. You know, I would too, if I had that body. But it was just like, this is such a odd looking group. I really want to I really want to root for them, but it's Lance Archer, like, and then like I know Jake Roberts like gave him up in a trade for Los Ignorables, but then Jake Roberts is supposed to go to their group to help Roosh and them, but then Roosh and them had a promo, Beast Mordos, Roosh and Ladristico, and Jake Roberts is nowhere to be seen. So I'm just like, what the fuck was the point?
I agree. Now with the Lance Archer thing, I saw someone say he was like a 2-bit Drew McIntyre the way he looked.
Ooh, yeah, I didn't even think about that. Oh man. Ooh, that's yeah. And it's really, I love Lance Archer. I really love Lance Archer. And honestly, I hope he has some like really good matches with this, because like I think his last match that he had against Will Ospreay was probably like my favorite match of his. So like I hope he gets more of those. And or, you know, take on Ricochet as well, because like I think Lance Archer is very talented. It's just his look. It's the same as Karrion Kross. Like sometimes they have Karrion Kross looking out there looking wild. I still think they do on Raw. You know, it just yet again, it's one of those things where it's like you can have a cool badass faction and just have them go nowhere if you do not book it right. And that is the Final Testament to a T. It's like you have Authors of Pain, you got fucking, you know, Karrion Kross, you got Scarlett, you got that old bald motherfucker.
Paul Ellering.
Paul Ellering?
Yeah.
I don't know who the fuck that is, but like
bro, the OG lead legend of Doom, he's like a legend, dude.
Road Warrior, Road Warriors are a manager.
Man, we showing our white hairs. Eldon. Tom, the youngster over here.
Like they're not doing anything with that guy. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like they could make him like a sinister dude.
They didn't even make no fuss that he's out there with them.
Yeah,
like no respect at all to the old cat when they brought him out too.
Yeah, I just don't get it. But anyway, yeah. So the catch the win was a big thing. Obviously Mariah May beat Willow again. You know, for whatever fucking reason.
Jack Perry still retained. Young Buck still retained.
Boo.
What the hell?
I don't get it. And then Mark Briscoe beat Chris Jericho, as we knew, and now on Dynamite, Chris Jericho is still trying to feud with Mark Briscoe and still bringing up Jay. And I'm like, get the fuck off TV, please. Respectfully, not respectfully, as disrespectfully as possible. Chris Jericho, get the fuck off TV. You want to talk about how it's so great to be Chris Jericho because you're in a movie, you're touring, Fozzie's touring, then leave. Go do those things. Let TV breathe for a bit. Let AEW TV breathe for just a smidge, please. Yeah. I don't care. Have the Redwood knock your shit in. I don't care. Just have that, and then write him off TV. Or Brian Keith, you know, the bounty hunter, the bad apple.
You can't teach that.
Yeah. Have Enzo come out, and then he'd be the Leonard. I don't give a fuck. Do something. You know, this is such a stale thing. Like, I don't get it. Mercedes had a really good match as the Dynamite, though. If you are, trying to get your Mercedes fix, she had a match against Queen Aminata, and boy, that was a good match.
The Queen is, look, I tell people all the time, if you don't want to get into wrestling, just look at Queen Aminata. That'll make you want to get into wrestling.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I love it. That was a great match. And then every time I watch Mercedes wrestle, I'm always curious. Like, I know she got money, but like some of the most random shit, like the last match we talked about when her hair kept slipping, I was just like, this never happened to you over at E. So what the fuck's the difference? You are getting more money here. And then this past match with Queen Aminata, like her fucking stockings were ripping, like every which way. Everywhere there was motherfucking rips in her stockings. And I'm just like, this never, like, and you look at Queen Aminata's and hers aren't ripping. And I'm just like, what's happening? What's going on here? You know what I mean? Also Camille, I don't know what the fuck they're doing with her. Like, I have no clue. But yeah, I unfortunately did not get to watch WrestleDream since they took it off of Bleacher Report. I have no fucking clue how to watch the shit. Like, I'm on my Xbox and I could not. They're like, oh, you can go to YouTube, and like I went to the YouTube app on my Xbox. I could not fucking figure it out, and I was like, well, fuck me. I guess I'm not paying $60 to watch this shit. I'm just gonna look at highlights. I am mad. Like, I'm pretty sure it was amazing wrestling all around. Like, from the highlights, it looked amazing. But also, I saved $60 because I literally think we called every single match.
Yeah. The one thing I want to take it back to Camille, because this is an issue I had in her and NWA. Like, she's playing the same stick she did with Aldis when Aldis was champion and being his bodyguard. And one of the things I didn't like with her, there was no evolution of her character, even when she was more of a singles competitor and was a women's champion. She is somebody who going to the PC would have done a world of good instead of going to AEW.
Yeah.
Like, really, to develop her character, because it's so one-dimensional.
Yeah.
And AEW is not the place to have her develop her character. And it's kind of sad because, I mean, she has a great look, very in-ring talent. She has potential. I'll put it that way.
She looks like a jackass who.
Yeah.
Like, but, look, she looks like she came straight from Whoville, dog. Like, just big. And to call her the brick house, though, I'm just like,
yeah, I agree.
This is a white woman.
But yeah, that was the thing, though. But yeah, I feel you in that one. And it does suck about not being able to watch WrestleDream, especially for those of us that have cut the cord.
Yeah. And I agree with you with the NXT thing, but also at the same time, look at Raquel. Came from NXT and big back. That's it. That's her character. You know what I mean? Like,
look, some people got it, some people don't. You're right. She still has an issue. No personality.
And it hasn't changed. Like, watching Raw this past week, I was just like, bro, it is just a vortex, a vacuum of charisma. This is auraless. And I know y'all would be happy. We y'all got your tiffy time with Rhea against Liv and Raquel. And I'll give it, like, Liv and Raquel has a little bit of chemistry. They were tag teams, once upon a time. And then also just, kind of seeing Rhea's and Tiffy's kind of chemistry together was pretty interesting as well.
I totally forgot that Liv and Raquel were tag team partners.
Yeah.
Totally forgot about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tells you how memorable it was.
Yeah. Liv and Rhea were a tag team as well before. And that's what kind of like started this whole feud going on. But yeah, Raw, like, I don't know. Did y'all want to talk anything else about WrestleDream? Like I said, it was very, like I said, we called it right down the line. But, did not dawn on me until literally Dynamite that all the champions were heel. In AEW, Mark Briscoe has the Ring of Honor world title, but all the AEW belts. Oh shit, I don't even know who has the trios belts.
Yeah,
Who the fuck
I was about to ask you that question. Who's the trios champion?
Fuck if I know. Who is the trios champion? I don't know. Quick Google search will help. But like, I honestly do not know. They have blurred the lines so much, but like with all these mini factions, and the tag team titles and the trios titles, I think it might be
Blackpool.
Christian Cage.
No, Blackpool, Claudio.
Oh, that's right.
Euler and Pac.
Yep, heels.
Oh, yeah,
heels. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that was part of the whole storyline.
That's right. I forgot. So you have two of your factions that have all four of your major belts. So you have the tag team and the Continental with the Elite, and then you have the trios belts and the World Championship with whatever they're called. New Age BCC. So, the other one's in the Don Callis family. The international belt on Takeshita. And then Mariah May, whatever the hell she's doing. Yet again, I have no fucking clue what the hell they're doing with their women. Bro, I no fucking clue. I'm so lost on their women's division. They're having some good matches, but
yeah.
It's like they're heavily relying on Queen Aminata, Serena Deeb, Willow, and Chris Statlander. But there's only so many times that those pairs can feud off, and then have them lose to the champions.
Because it's getting boring.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even Aminata, she's getting featured in ROH too. She was just feuding with Athena, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. That, bro, what are they waiting for with Athena? You fed Athena to Jade because you wanted to keep her undefeated streak. And then you threw her to ROH for some reason, and she's had this amazing run. She has this amazing character. She has this good gimmick. Why are you not letting, you're bringing over Mark Briscoe, who's the world champion. Why is Athena not on AEW TV?
That's a very good question.
Why?
Think about it. Yeah.
What the fuck is going on? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What is happening? It makes zero fucking sense. And right. Billy as well. I don't get it. You have the tools. You have the resources. You have it right there. Build a good story. Fuck if I know. You know what I mean? I don't get it. And man, bring out Shane O'Mac.
Right.
Have him shake up some things. Bring out Stephanie too. Shake up the women's division. Have her take the lead. Yeah, fuck it. Might as well, right? That'd be hilarious. I'd laugh. Triple H is the COO or CCO fucking WWE, and then fucking Stephanie is the CCO or the CBO or whatever for AEW. That shit, that'd be hilarious.
It would be.
And that would, I'd be thoroughly entertained, to be honest.
Let's close out AEW, man, because we've done a whole half hour on AEW. Yeah. Let's take it over to WWE and NXT.
Yeah.
What do you think, guys? Or unless there's anything else.
No, I'm pretty much all talked out about AEW. I mean, we knew what
WrestleDream was going to be.
Yeah.
Let's put the body slam on AEW.
The next one is Full Gear, I think. That's the next one in November.
I don't know offhand.
Full Gear, I think, is the next pay-per-view. Which, they're going to do something big with Hangman. But yeah. Let's go on.
Well, they had Jay White beat over Hangman, though, which I was happy to see, because fuck Hangman.
Yeah, but then Hangman on Dynamite interrupted his match with Christian Cage and Jay White lost to Christian Cage because of Hangman. So they're going to continue that feud.
They're gonna feud.
Yeah, which
Feud.
sure. Yet again, I don't see it for Hangman.
Yeah.
I know some people are obsessed and thinks he's the best wrestler in the world. I don't know, man. I always like I hearken it literally back to the Roman Reigns effect. If you shove someone down my throat, I do not fucking want them.
Yeah.
I want to give you consent to shove things down my throat. I don't want you to force it down my throat. You know what I mean?
Like all about consent over here.
Yes. All about consent. I don't want it to be shoved down my throat. I want to root for someone because I want to root for them, not because they're buddy with the Young Bucks or they're elite originals. Like I don't care. That's exactly why I don't care about the Young Bucks. I'm starting not to care about Okada.
Yeah.
And it sucks to say that.
Yeah.
You know, but I that's why I don't care about Jack Perry. Like I don't. And you know, they're going to start making me feel that way about Will Ospreay too. If he didn't lose that match, if he just kept winning, it was eventually going to get to that point. So I am glad that he lost. Like make him a true babyface. Babyfaces lose.
Right.
That is how they are babyfaces. They overcome all the odds eventually. They get shit on, they hit rock bottom. They have no one else there, and then they work their way up, and then, you know, it takes them forever. It's a Daniel Bryan story, you know? So, but anyway, yeah. Enough AEW.
All right.
WWE.
Let's take it over there, man. Any highlights for you, Eldon? WWE and or NXT? Let's throw a wild card in there because I know you also about TNA Impact as well. NWA.
You know, I haven't even been haven't caught up on anything.
True.
I know with NWA right now, it's showing everything on X now, and they're showing NJ 76. And like, since I was there in person, I really haven't been keeping up because I was there. As far as TNA is concerned, I haven't. I know it's Joe Henry versus formerly known as Dolph Ziggler for the championship at the next pay-per-view. I feel like that's Friday, but I'm not sure. They tend to have them quite frequently. So, was it Turning Point? Bound for Glory, that's what it is. Yeah. So that's the only match I remember. And then Jordan Grace versus Masha Slamovich. So I know those matches are happening. But yeah, I feel like this might be the time they pull the trigger on Joe Henry with champion. If they don't do it now, then I don't see them doing it. Because they've told a really good story with him, and he is probably at the hottest, and him getting over on well, I don't remember his name now, but formerly known as Dolph Ziggler.
Nick Nemeth.
Thank you, Nick Nemeth. Yeah, I think that's probably the best outcome to have happen. And usually these cats, a lot of these cats that came in, like right after that WWE at last purge, so to speak, a lot of them, they'll come in and do like 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, and then they're gone. We saw Mustafa Ali. He did 6 months, 7 months, and he was gone from promotion. And, you know, I don't know if Nick signed a long-term deal. I don't believe so, but this could be one of those times where he passed the belt along to Joe, and there's just so many feuds that are going on anyway. So it's a possibility. I don't see Jordan losing. Even though this is not a prediction, I don't see her losing. I don't think they've built anybody else up in the knockouts division really that's in a position to take it from her. And that's something that they need to do, especially considering the rumors are that her contract is up in January.
And WWE ready to snatch.
They coming. They got that checkbook ready. So they need to do something to build somebody up to take that title off of her and to be credible.
They need the Hulk for their NXT Avengers, women's Avengers right now, bro.
Yeah.
They got the Avengers over there. Now to add, she would be the Hulk, bro. The Hulk.
Shoot. I only know if they take her to NXT. I think that might be straight main roster.
True. Man, I need them to finally give the women their own fucking show. Give them more time. This was as many amazing women they have now. They could just give the women an hour
Hour long show on
Give the women
Peacock.
their own show, bro. To just really let them develop and show themselves, bro.
Yeah.
I bet you that would be hotcakes. I know I would be tuning in as a wrestling fan. Legit question. Would y'all like, because we all know how many women are so amazing out here now, especially now under the WWE umbrella that they're barely using, doing things right with. Would y'all be down as fans for an all women's, at least give them an hour show?
Yeah, I would watch that in a heartbeat.
Right? How about you, Sean?
Yeah, I would.
Could you imagine? Could you would you be down with that? Are you ready now for? Do you think the women could pull off their own hour-long show?
Oh,
A
absolutely.
weekly show for the women.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I think there's enough talent there, bro. Like,
There's more
because
than
they're not
enough
getting
there.
enough time on the. I would like for them to still be under the umbrella, but they're devoting too much time, and they're getting one or two. Like, there's enough women talent now, bro, that they deserve time, and they're not giving it on those other things. So give them a whole hour to themselves. Then fuck it.
Yeah.
Like, I would be all in as a fan, as a wrestling fan. Why not?
See-
It's 2024 now, y'all. Like, come on. Like, they
think-
sleeping on these women, man.
I think this is the one thing, since they do have Level Up, and I think Level Up's like an hour show. It does give people more reps, but the thing about Level Up is there's
Where's
no
Level
sort
Up
of-
on? I like y'all have mentioned this before. Like, what
It's
is
on Peacock. It's on Peacock. It's what used to be 205 Live. They changed it to Level Up, and then you have you have NXT people in there wrestling. But there's
Okay.
no
I'm not tuning into it like that, I guess.
Yeah,
So I guess that's also part of the problem, because we know NXT, SmackDown, Raw.
right.
I'm not. I guess I'm not dialed in like that. I've heard it in half mentions, but like,
Mhm.
are they really pushing it as like a weekly show for people to tune in on? I don't think so. You know what I'm saying?
There's no storyline. That's the thing. It's like main event in a wrestling. I can't even say main event.
It's a throwaway. I can't.
Yeah,
so then I wouldn't say that's a real show. Then
Yeah, it's a throwaway. Yeah, you put it as a throwaway.
like, put some respect on my women's name, bro. Just saying, I'm getting all lit up now on this, because I think they just deserve it. I think all of us would agree. Even like over at AEW, you know what I'm saying? With the women, come on now. There's so many amazing women talent out here that just aren't getting their shine, bro.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, they should be doing that, especially over at NXT. You know, like, there's just so many women. There's so much talent over there. But we know they're not. You know what I mean? Like, we
So
know they're not
let's stay on this, because let's hopefully some of these producer friends of ours are watching this shit right now. We're getting, you know what I'm saying? Like, what do you think needs to happen? Who do you think could be out there in control? Who would be you mentioned Stephanie McMahon earlier, you know, maybe come over, help a women's division out. Just like Triple H has helped WWE. Shawn Michaels now killing it over at NXT. Who would do that for the women? Who could we line up that we know wrestling personality wise, strength wise? Let's build this shit, man.
Mickie James.
I like that.
Because she pretty much, when NWA did that whole female, wasn't a pay-per-view, but just the whole female edition of Power, that was her. That was all her. Yeah, that was all her. And she put on a damn good show. So I don't see.
I think Mickie James and AJ Lee.
Yeah,
because she does
what she was trying to do with Glow.
Yeah.
But you know, Glow ain't gonna get that love and support. So fucking.
It's called WoW. It's women.
Yeah,
WoW.
Well, yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Glow's.
But you know what I'm saying? All of that should have, bro. All of that should have gotten love, but it doesn't have the impact as WWE. So if WWE finally rolls something out, shows this investment into this female product,
yeah,
bro, it'll put butts in seats, and that's what it's all about.
But Triple H doesn't see that. That's the issue on the WWE side. And I mean, no offense, but look at the post interview about talking about needing more black men representation, and he did the "I don't see color, I see talent." So he probably feels the same way about women.
Bruh.
You know, I don't see sex or gender, I just see talent. So it's, you know, it's a little rough, and Stephanie's not there. And you know, if you watch the McMahon documentary, you would know that Stephanie was kind of behind the women's revolution and having that all women pay-per-view and everything like that. So yeah.
So how we just gotta start changing it,
Yeah.
getting that word out, getting that buzz out. Like, man, come on.
Yeah, NXT could definitely do it. Especially with their new ads that they just got, man. You have Julia, you have Stephanie Valkyrie. I think they're about to have a tag match at Halloween Havoc against Cora and Roxy. Nikita just came back. Ugh, can't stand her.
Don't let Eldon hear you. He likes her. Y'all about to feud.
And the Black Sin and just everything, like, it's just too much. Like, oh hey girl, like, just it's just cringy, man. I don't.
Where's Nikita Lyons from, man? I thought she was in the UK.
No, she's from here. I don't know where. I just know, remember her story, like both her parents were in like music or something like that, and they toured around. So yeah, she's definitely someone who's been around.
Yeah, I can't. I don't know what it is, man. I just don't like it. And then they had her beat Lola Vice with Jada interfering. That's a feud right there.
Yeah,
Jada and Lola. Woo!
Look, there are a lot of men who were paid for that to happen to them.
Boy, Triple H is having a ball.
No, Shawn Michaels is having a ball.
Yeah, his eyes don't know which way to go, man. His eyes just like too much ass. And then our girls, Lash Legend and Jakara over on Raw. I don't know if y'all saw that.
Yeah, I saw
that. But they interacted with Jade and Bianca again, and also kind of interrupted and fucked with Damage Control a little bit. So I think they're going to be feuding Damage Control a little bit.
I'm happy about that.
I am too, but I'm also a little upset. I wanted Lash to get her solos run. You know what I mean? Like, they need more single, and that's what kind of sucks too. Is like you had Julia and Stephanie Valkyrie, and now you're making them kind of a tag team, and then now you're putting the women's single belt in a tag team kind of feud with Roxy and Cora. You know what I mean? Like, you have the tag team belts for a reason. It's just really interesting. And then of course Kalani with the what is it? The North American Women's Belt?
North American.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. So then you got Kalani over there. There's a lot of good things. As far as the main roster, dog shit. There ain't nothing going on. And
not a fan of anything happening right now,
bro. And that's what I want to get y'all's opinions on. Is this?
Let's go.
The crown jewel effect. And I think we talked a little bit about it. Last week, where they're making it essentially Survivor Series.
This gear up to it.
Champion versus champion, right? And this past Raw, I think it kind of really started on on SmackDown last week. Liv came out and kind of interfered with Nia's match a little bit against, I forgot who Nia was facing, but she interfered and she came out and she talked some shit, and Rhea came out, and it was a little confusing, a little weird. And then same thing happened on Raw. Nia came out, Tiffy came out, and then Tiffy and Rhea are tagging against Liv and Raquel. And then Cody and Gunther had a kind of a stare down and kind of promo off, which was great yet again, but that's just a testament to Cody, because sorry, your man Gunther is a charisma vacuum. But Cody just knows how to fucking work the mic. He knows how to work a promo. He knows how to work a scenario, a feud. And this just seems all sudden, coming off the cusp of him teaming with Roman, and now all of a sudden he's and the bloodline, and now all of a sudden he's fully focused on Gunther. It's a lot, you know what I mean? And I wish they just kind of went back to it when they first started, where Crown Jewel was just not a part of the story.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Just
Like
a
nothing
special
mattered.
event.
Yeah, just just its own little sub, dimension out there, and they just had their, the Prince had his dream matches of what he wanted to see, and we never referenced it. You know what I mean? But now they're bringing in another belt, this and the other. Same with the women, and it's just like, I don't know.
It's so forced, and that's the issue.
Yeah.
There's no real
Yet again.
storyline. Everything is just there's no real stakes. It's like, okay, it's bragging rights to get this really hideous title at Crown Jewel. It doesn't play, at least for right now, it doesn't play into any kind of storylines that have been going on for real. It's such a throwaway pay-per-view, PLE, whatever.
Yeah.
And I think that's the issue. There are no real stakes to Crown Jewel.
No.
So it's not, as a fan, excuse me, as someone watching on TV, maybe, being there is obviously totally different, but as being someone watching on TV, I'm like, I don't care. I care about nothing that's going on. There's nothing there that's going to be of any real stakes, or at least for what we know, continuation of storylines. And anything that does happen, it'll be something we don't expect we can see in highlights.
Yeah.
Not something we have to tune in for.
Yeah. At least it doesn't cost $60. It's on Peacock.
Right.
So, I mean, most of the time you just watch it. But yeah, man, I agree. Like, it's just, yet again, it's consent. I don't want something shoved down my throat. And that's what this is. Like, we know why you're doing it. We know you're stuck in a contract with Saudi until 2027. We know that the Prince wants to see something specific. That's why there's like little tidbits of Seth and Cody mentioning the Beast and Brock Lesnar, which
fuck that shit
should not come back. But
fuck him. Yep.
If the Prince of Saudi Arabia wants to see it, they're gonna fucking give it to him.
Fuck that shit.
And same with Goldberg. That's why they had Goldberg out there.
Fuck
so it's just like, are we gonna go back to 2019? Where you have Goldberg again out here and fucking Brock Lesnar out here? Like, I don't want it. I don't want that at all. I don't want that product. I was eating good with the Bloodline storyline and the Judgment Day, and now Judgment Day is just the Liv and Raquel show, essentially. And that's not saying a lot, because Raquel don't say shit. It's just Liv, just
charisma vacuum as well. Let's be real.
All of them. Liv,
she ain't got no Riz. No, Liv got Riz. Raquel ain't got no Riz.
No. Liv does not. I'm sorry. She has.
You are such a hater on Liv.
No. Listen to the promos, dog. Literally play the promos back. They're all structured the same. It is.
I can't disagree with you, but I think
and talk. And I took everything from
on the eyes. She can deliver those lines. I'm sorry.
All right, Kuya,
she can deliver those lines. Come on, Eldon. You got me. You got me.
This time I don't. I was watching the highlights from last week.
Oh no!
And Liv was up like, can we get a change up or something? She was boring me, man. She was boring me. I was like, okay, I'm tired of her. I'm over it.
It's literally the same cadence. It's the same promo every week. It's line, laugh, pause, do a twirl, line, laugh, line.
Sean's not wrong.
No, he's not. Really he's not wrong. I guess what's still stuck in my head is that when she was talking to Rhea, Rhea was in the ring and she was out in, in the balcony and she did that turn. I'm sorry, bro. It stays there. You know what I'm talking about, too.
Two little
I know.
Moon cakes. I'm sorry. That's not ass. How in a world where there's Jade, Bianca, Naomi, fucking Jada Parker, Lola Vice.
I know, bro. Come on.
You'd be like, man, Liv, God damn.
Come on, man. Woo. You don't appreciate. No. I appreciate all sizes, man.
No, absolutely not.
I love how passionate my boy's getting right now.
Because ass connoisseur here. No. I love me some ass, but that no. Like Rhea's got ass, right?
Yes.
Like You know,
man, that's mommy, bro. Like, come on now.
like look at Bailey. Like, come on, man. Like John Cena has a bigger ass than Liv. You know what I mean? Fucking Austin Theory has more ass than Liv Morgan. Like, I can keep going. You know what I mean? Like,
hey man, there was just something about that term. She poked it out as best as she could.
It's like the scoliosis pop. You know what I mean? Like the let me sleep with the lumbar pillow all day and just kind of like make sure it look back at it. You know, like nah.
I mean, let's start closing it down, yo. We've almost gone an hour on this, man.
It's
any predictions, things we want to see happen between now and next week, man. Is the product gonna get any better? Are we gonna feel some kind of way? I'll just say I'm excited with the Moxley direction.
Mm-hmm.
If this is how they're gonna clean up their problems, their issues, I'm with it. Burn it down. You know what I'm saying? But do something, you know, and yeah, WWE, we've been on a high. Let's say we have been on a high with them.
Yeah.
They're gonna falter a little bit. They gotta pay off their payers because we know who's fully funding WWE in a lot of ways. So we'll make once we get post, I guess, you know, not King of the Ring, fucking Crown Jewel, then we'll be back into regular programming. You know, we'll see. But I'm excited with what NXT is doing. And again, I'm the proponent on the women finally deserve their own show. Give them at least an hour, bro. And I think all of us would buy in with all that content, all that women that they could just do something with. They've got the personalities. Like, fucking let's go. All right, who got next? Let's make any predictions, man. Sean, what you got, man? What you want to see happen?
Obviously more Naomi stuff.
Yes. Naomi finally deserves that push.
Yeah. And they gave her the win over Nia, but that was all the fuck shit involving Liv and Tiffy and Rhea and everything like that, and kind of overshadowed a little bit. But I want to get back to that Naomi Bailey connection and then get back to the Jade and beyond. Like, I've talked about it relentlessly. And I want it. And I keep feeling like they're deviating from it to tell these other stories. And maybe they're just, you know, maybe they're playing the long game. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know when that happens. But, like, they're dropping little teasers. And I want more teasers, and I want a little bit more focus on Naomi. You know what I mean? Like, we talked a lot about Nia Jax last week. You know, she's trying. You know, I still try give chances to Nia Jax, and I'm going to continue to until something crazy happens, which I hope it doesn't. But we'll see. So I really want to see Nia have a good showing on SmackDown. Naomi have a good showing. As far as AEW, like you said, keep going with this faction, whatever the fuck they're called. I would love if, like, I know, like, it sounds like Chaos Gremlin, you know, throw fire, you know, oil into the fire, but like, I want Shane O'Mac, man. If Shane O'Mac come out there in a suit,
that would be wild, bro.
Funded all of them, like, and he's the one that's like, go, you know, fuck the Elite too, like, and then you make the Elite kind of like this in between of like, we're heels, but like these are like they're taking over, they're trying to take us over, guys, and like they go back to the AEW roster and they're like, no, fuck you guys, like, you deal with it. Like, I would love that. Like, still make the Young Bucks heel. So there's a fun way to play this, like you said, like Patrick, like it's burn it down, rebuild it up, and let's see what we can make. And then hopefully by that time Kenny comes. You know what I mean? Like, make it the big cool baby face. Like, all the young baby faces unite with like the OG baby faces. That's when you bring Brian back. You have Kenny there. You know, what could go wrong?
Yeah. All right. How about you, Webster Style? What you got?
Bobby Lashley is going to show up.
Oh yeah, yes. We didn't talk Syndicate at all, bro.
No, fuck. I forgot all about that shit. Yeah, we had Shelton Benjamin versus Leo Rush. So Leo Rush re-signed. MVP still just talking his shit. But yeah, man, I don't know when do you predict Bobby popping up? Because it's almost confirmed. Like, he did sign.
Right.
He signed on the dotted line. It was confirmed. When and where or why? Real quick, as we close this out.
I feel like if it's not full, wait a minute, when is Full Gear?
In November or something? Like right before, I think it's before Crown Jewel though. Or no, Crown Jewel is like the 3rd, so it's after Crown Jewel. But it's before
Of
Survivor
November,
Series.
Survivor
December.
Series. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's the
Survivor Series.
23rd. I feel like he's going to show up before Full Gear
Oh, you think before? Okay.
because that's a ways away. November 23rd is when Full Gear is.
so it'll be a Dynamite type deal.
Yeah, do they have any other special events coming up?
They have the Fright Night thing. But it's I know they're having this big Swerve Strickland versus Shelton Benjamin.
Right. Yeah, I saw
So
that.
whenever they have that match, I think is when Bobby probably comes out.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know what I mean? And I think they're fighting at the Fright Night event, which is not next week, but the following week. And I think maybe I think you're right. I think that's maybe when Bobby comes out, is during Fright Night. But I don't know. I want to say like maybe Shelton wins on some fuck shit here, and then they have another like stipulations match at Full Gear, and that's when Bobby, you know what I mean? Like Bobby's a big pool. I think you kind of have to.
And
save
Bobby
him for...
Bobby's like, he's a
Yeah.
champion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I hope Shelton finally gets his love at AEW because he's a motherfucking champion.
Bro,
They were bullshitting with him in his
Yeah.
final years at
Oh,
WWE.
absolutely.
Let's be real. Like,
Absolutely.
fucking do right by Shelton.
Bro, and Leo Rush was just selling so well for him, man.
He
just
was.
looked so fucking good, like on Wednesday, yesterday, last night.
Yeah.
Like he looked amazing. And he looks the fucking same. Same
Yeah,
as
man.
Bobby. Like they
Yeah.
haven't aged a fucking minute, dog. Like that
Right.
shit's crazy. But yeah, no, I would love for them to wait and find a way to push it to Full Gear to really make it impactful. You know what I mean?
I agree, but we know Tony don't wait.
You're right.
He is as premature as they get.
Let me do another line. Let you go again. Whoopsie.
All right, gentlemen, before we get caught up in any more trauma or
boy.
trouble from any people we know watching this stuff, let's sign off out of here. Talk about Horrorgasm, Sean Mongold. What's up with that?
Man, it's coming up in 2 weeks. It's the 26th. It's our 3rd installment. It's always such a fun show. We absolutely love Halloween. Everyone always tries to find something to do on Halloween, and this is like the perfect, kind of intersection of it all, because it's mainly nerdlesque, nerdy burlesque, but it's also cabaret. So it's drag. We do some sideshow stuff. Of course, with horror stuff, you have to do like some kind of weird sideshow act. So I'm really looking forward to it. So if you guys are in the DC area, and you're looking for something to do that's like Halloween themed, looking to dress up, you're looking to have a good time, see some cool shit happening, come check us out. It's over at DC Brow. Such a fun time. We have them every month, different themes. So check us out. Go on Eventbrite, look up Horrorgasm 3, or look up the Nerdlesque Festival on IG, Twitter, Facebook, or on Eventbrite, and check us out.
Definitely. Let me co-sign that, man. Y'all, if you're looking for grown folk entertainment and
Grown
good
folk.
times, I've been there. I've attended. I co-sign on everything that my man Sean is doing, along with his lovely wife, Maki. They put on a show. Please support the fam. And, of course, my brother over there, the man of style, but not with a bow tie today, but that, he can rock whatever you want to rock. My man Webster Style, what you got going on over at Sartorial and Geek?
Oh man, just dropping interviews. This week, dropped an interview with Eddie Lima talking about his book that's coming out, End of Zeb, a little robot crash lands in 1982 Bronx. So there's a lot of hip hop inspired action there. Also, dropped my interview with Mark Meyer on his book, So-Called Living. So he said it's mixed like zombies, friends mixed with the Sopranos sort of thing. So yeah. And then my interview with Steve Bino at the time of this recording is dropping on Friday. So tomorrow, talking about his book Atrium. And then, but before we come back, my interview with Philip Denson and Augustine Richmond, talking about their book Future Tales, as well as some other myriad of stuff. But those are the most important things that are coming out between now and next week.
All right, there you go. I co-sign on my brother over there too. He got a lot of stuff popping off and coming your way. Please go support my man Webster Style. And of course, you're on NRW. You know what's good. I'm dropping probably 2 or 3 videos a day. It's been crazy. A lot of content coming your way. And me and my man Webster Style are gonna have some additional grown folk content. Speaking of, grown folk, my man Sean over there. We're gonna have some stuff coming up with Exotica Atlantic City coverage coming very soon. Most likely though, because I'm looking to do a little something with that adult content that I've been doing a lot of, that y'all know. You've been on the NRW. You may want to probably highlight. I'm probably gonna push people more Webster Styles way, because I'm looking to shift a lot of that stuff over because of a lot of the younger set that I'm also doing stuff with. So I'm probably gonna bank a lot of that for a certain relaunch in the new year. So stay tuned for that. I'm also talking to, my man Sean over there because of what they do with certain stuff. So stay tuned for that rebrand, that newness. A lot of that's going to be there. So check out all this great content. We just got a lot of stuff coming y'all's way, man. It's going to be popping off. My man Webster Style, my man Sean Mongold. I'm Kuya P. Let's get up out of here. Let's get down. Let's tag him. Let's put him down on the ground. 1, 2, 3. Deuces, y'all. We out.
Do the Rhea Ripley pin.
You come in my face, I'm gonna fight you. Well, you're not gonna bust a nut anytime we're in the ring.
I'm gonna get off by cranking your knob just a little beyond the breaking point.
When I get my hands on you, I'm gonna eat your ass like a pot of collard greens, baby.
I'm gonna stretch his ass like it's never been stretched before.
You can hide behind that commissioner's stuff just so long until I jerk a knot in your ass.
And if you don't think I'm big enough, then you grab a hold of me, and you'll know that I'm growing, my man. Within your hands, I will get as big as I need to be to do the job on you.
All right, just jerk Helmsley off.
There's one part of our bodies that's soft, and it ain't soft all the time, if you catch my meaning.
I'm gonna come on you like nobody's ever come on you before. Just you and I getting it on like 2 men should do.
Oh, that's it, right?
Corey boy, I'm coming hard.